Communication is the lifeblood of every organization. It connects people, shapes ideas, and drives action. The flow of communication means how information moves within an organization. It shows the pathways messages travel, from the top to the bottom and side to side. When the flow of communication is smooth, everyone knows what to do. Problems are solved quickly. Teams work together and goals are reached faster. But if the flow is blocked, confusion grows and mistakes happen. Every organization, big or small, relies on good communication flow. It is not just about talking or sending emails. It is about making sure the right messages reach the right people at the right time. This essay will explore how communication flows in different directions. We will see why each direction is important and how strong flows help organizations succeed. Organizations use 4 main directions for communication. These are downward, upward, horizontal, and diagonal flows. Each direction serves a unique purpose. Downward communication moves from managers or leaders to employees. It often includes instructions, policies, or feedback. Upward communication goes from employees up to their managers or leaders. It can be suggestions, reports, or concerns. Horizontal communication happens between people at the same level, like between coworkers or managers of different teams. This helps in sharing information and coordinating tasks. Diagonal communication crosses both levels and departments, connecting people from different parts of the organization. Understanding these 4 directions helps us see the full picture of how organizations share information. Each flow keeps people connected and work moving forward. The flow of communication is essential for teamwork. When information moves freely, employees know their roles and what is expected of them. Goals become clearer and tasks are completed faster. Good communication flow also helps solve problems. If there is a mistake, quick and open messages help fix it before it becomes bigger. When everyone can share ideas, better solutions are found. Keeping everyone connected is another key benefit. Messages that flow in all directions make sure no one is left out. This builds trust and helps people feel valued. Without a strong flow of communication, organizations can face confusion, delays, and missed opportunities. That is why learning about these flows is so important for success. Downward communication is when information flows from leaders to employees. It is the most common direction in many organizations. This type of communication often includes instructions, policies, and company news. For example, a manager might send a memo explaining new safety rules. Or, during a team meeting, a supervisor might share updates about upcoming projects. These messages help employees understand what the organization expects from them. Downward communication is important because it sets the tone and direction for teams. Clear instructions make it easier for employees to do their jobs well. When leaders communicate openly, it builds trust. However, if downward communication is unclear or too complex, it can cause confusion. That's why it is important for leaders to use simple language and check that their messages are understood. Upward communication moves from employees to managers or leaders. It gives employees a way to share feedback, ideas, or problems with those in charge. This flow is, really important for making employees feel heard and involved. Suggestion boxes are a common example of upward communication. Employees can write down their ideas for improving the workplace. Another example is team members giving feedback during meetings or filling out surveys about their work experience. When leaders listen to upward communication, they can spot problems early and make better decisions. Employees feel more motivated when they know their opinions matter. This builds a positive work environment. But sometimes, employees are afraid to speak up. They might worry about being ignored or facing negative consequences. Organizations need to create safe spaces where everyone feels comfortable sharing their thoughts. So, let's talk about horizontal communication, which is a crucial part of how teams function in any organization. This type of communication happens between people who are, at the same organizational level, whether they're in the same department or not. It's actually pretty common among coworkers, team members, or even managers from totally different departments who need to coordinate and share information. This type of communication is really key for teamwork and collaboration because it allows people to share ideas freely and work together toward common goals. For instance, think about two project managers from different departments meeting up to coordinate a big event, making sure every detail is covered from both sides. Or maybe team members having a group chat to discuss their daily tasks, quickly updating each other on progress or challenges. It can also happen during brainstorming sessions, where everyone throws out ideas, or just informal conversations in the break room that spark creative solutions. This flow is great for sharing information quickly, solving problems together, and making sure everyone is on the same page. When people at the same level work closely, projects just tend to run more smoothly, deadlines are met more easily, and misunderstandings are reduced. Plus, it helps build strong working relationships, trust, and a sense of camaraderie among team members. But if horizontal communication is weak, teams might end up working in silos, missing out on valuable input, and even duplicating efforts without realizing it. So, encouraging open conversation and collaboration across teams really makes the whole organization stronger, more innovative, and better equipped to handle challenges together. Now, diagonal communication is a bit less common than the traditional forms, but honestly, it's becoming more and more popular in modern organizations as workplaces evolve and teams become more interconnected. This flow connects people from different levels and departments who don't actually report to each other directly, allowing for a more dynamic exchange of ideas and information. It's super useful for cross-department projects or, say, problem-solving groups, where quick collaboration is needed to tackle complex challenges that span multiple areas of expertise. For example, a marketing assistant might reach out to an IT manager to fix the company website, bypassing the usual chain of command to get things done faster and more efficiently. Or a finance analyst could work with a customer service supervisor on a new billing system, combining their unique perspectives to create a better solution for both departments. Diagonal communication can also happen in task forces that include members from lots of different departments, bringing together a wide range of skills and viewpoints to solve company-wide issues. This direction really saves time and breaks down barriers, helping to eliminate the silos that often slow down progress in larger organizations. It lets employees get the information they need without waiting for messages to move step by step through the hierarchy, which can be especially important when deadlines are tight or urgent decisions need to be made. Plus, it encourages learning from others with different skills, fostering a culture of continuous improvement and professional growth throughout the company. Of course, diagonal communication has to be handled with respect for everyone's roles and responsibilities, making sure that boundaries are clear and that no one feels undermined or left out of the loop. If it's not managed well, it can cause confusion or even conflict, as people might receive mixed messages or feel uncertain about who is responsible for what. But when it's done right, diagonal communication speeds up progress, brings in some fresh ideas, and helps teams achieve results that wouldn't be possible through traditional channels alone. It truly empowers employees to collaborate in new and exciting ways. Even with all these different flows and channels, communication in the workplace isn't always easy or straightforward. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, messages just don't get through the way we intend. Barriers can pop up at any time and disrupt the flow of information, making it difficult for teams to work together effectively. These barriers might be unclear messages, language differences that make it hard to understand each other, or maybe even a lack of trust between employees and leaders, which can create distance and hesitation. Noise, whether it's physical, like a loud office, or emotional, like personal stress, can also block communication and make it harder to focus. For example, a noisy office can make it tough to hear instructions, leading to mistakes or misunderstandings. And things like stress, anxiety, or fear of being judged can stop people from sharing their true thoughts or asking important questions. Technology problems, like a broken email system or unreliable internet, are another common barrier that can slow down or even halt communication. To overcome these challenges, organizations really need to focus on clear, simple messages that everyone can understand, no matter their background. Leaders should regularly check in to make sure employees actually understand what's being said and encourage questions to clear up any confusion. Feedback is super important to make sure messages are received correctly, and it helps everyone stay on the same page. Building a culture of trust also goes a long way, because trust encourages people to speak up and share ideas. When people feel safe and respected, they're just more likely to communicate openly, honestly, and without fear. And that, in turn, makes the whole organization stronger, more connected, and better equipped to succeed together. Strong communication flow is kind of like the secret ingredient for organizational success. It connects people, solves problems, and helps everyone work toward common goals. The 4 directions, downward, upward, horizontal, and diagonal, each play a special role. Downward communication sets the direction and keeps teams informed. Upward communication gives employees a voice. Horizontal communication builds teamwork among peers. Diagonal communication breaks down silos and speeds up collaboration. Barriers can block the flow, but clear and open messages help everyone stay connected. When organizations focus on good communication, they build trust, solve problems quickly, and achieve their goals. Just remember, mastering the flow of communication isn't just a skill. It's really the key to building stronger teams and making every organization a success.